There are 5 levels of wealth in Europe, from struggling to survive to affording everything you want. But most people never make it past level 2, even though they work hard and save money. As a financial coach, I constantly see people trapped in this cycle, repeating the same strategy that got them there, not realizing it won't get them any further. So in this video, I will show you exactly which level you're at and what to focus on next, so you can finally move forward, build wealth, and reach financial freedom. Let's start with level 1, survival. This represents the bottom 20% of Europeans, with a net worth under 10,000 euros. Now, if you're at this level, money feels painful. You're probably living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to afford basic things like transportation. And maybe you can't even pay for new clothes or going out with friends. You feel like money is impossible and that no matter what you do, you will never be in a better financial position. The fact is, at this level, there's one common belief that's keeping you stuck. The idea that you should take about any job. And yes, you do need an income to survive. But if you only focus on finding just any job that doesn't build your skills or doesn't bring you anywhere else, you will stay stuck in level 1 for your whole life. Because the truth is, minimum wage jobs are just that, the minimum. They only provide the bare essentials to get by, and often not even that. So, no matter how hard you save, it's nearly impossible to escape the paycheck to paycheck cycle. So, what should you do to escape level 1? Develop marketable skills. Not just any skills, skills that have high demand but low supply. Look for opportunities in tech, healthcare, manufacturing, or logistics, for example. You can see some ideas on the screen right now. These are areas where there's massive demand in Europe, but not enough qualified people. The key is investing in yourself first. Take online courses, get certifications, learn skills that employers will pay premium wages for. Nowadays, you can learn basically everything you would ever want online. This way, you will be able to get a good paying job and you will easily get out of survival mode. Now, let's go to level 2, foundation. This level represents the next 20% of Europeans, with a net worth between 10,000 euros and 100,000 euros. At this level, money isn't that painful anymore. You have a decent job, you can pay your bills, maybe even save a little at the end of the month. But you still feel like you're missing out and that you're not safe yet. You feel like you should have more, and you know you could. Despite that, most people at this level get comfortable because there isn't a striking pain pushing them forward. And this is why they stay stuck in level 2 forever. And I know this because when I started working, I found myself right here in level 2. I had landed my first corporate job and I had a great salary, so I wasn't stressed about money at all. I used to think, I'm doing great, now I can have fun and save what's left at the end of the month. Well, it didn't work. I would get my paycheck, pay my bills, go out with friends, and travel almost every weekend. And by the end of the month, I had almost nothing left to save. But I was comfortable, and because of that, I did nothing to improve my situation. Even if I knew I wanted more than what I had. And that's exactly what most people do to improve their situation. Nothing. They just go on with their lives, spending what they earn and saving what's left. And even when they try to save more money, they only focus on cutting expenses. The thing is, you can cut all coffees, subscriptions, and fun activities, but that alone will never get you to level 3. It will, however, get you a pretty boring life, so if that's what you like, well, go for it. But if you want to escape level 2, what should you do? There are 3 main things you really have to take care of at this point. First, you have to increase your income. That's the most difficult thing you have to do during level 2, and that's why you should put a lot of focus on it. So start negotiating raises, developing skills that make you more valuable, or consider switching companies. And I know it takes time and practice. It's not easy, but it will definitely help you increase your income. Second, develop good saving habits. This doesn't just mean spending less. It means automating your savings. It means knowing where your money goes and finding a healthy equilibrium between spending and saving. Third, you need to learn how to invest your money. In the beginning, you won't see a big difference. But over time, the compounding effect will work even on small quantities. And just imagine that investing 100 euros per month will make you an extra 200,000 euros by the time you retire. And most importantly, this skill will probably be the most important one once you will reach level 3. Because level 3, where I am right now, is the momentum level. Here, people have a net worth between 100,000 euros and 500,000, and it represents the next 40% of Europeans. This is where everything changes. Because once you hit your first 100,000 euros, the math completely shifts in your favor. Here's what happened to me. My first 100,000 euros took me 5 years to accumulate. But once I reached level 3 and started investing more money, my second 100,000 euros took less than 2 years. This is because once you have 100,000 euros, the returns on your investments start to impact your income, providing at least several thousand euros per year, which will compound and grow over time. For example, in my case, I can pay all my living expenses just with the returns of my investments. And this allows me to grow my wealth even faster. That's the power of momentum. The thing is, this level requires a huge mental shift. For example, my girlfriend, who's also at this level, still struggles with that. She grew up in a family that lived paycheck to paycheck, where spending 20 euros on something unnecessary was not allowed. And so, despite now having way over 200,000 euros, she's still anxious about spending 30 euros for a dinner because she fears not having enough money, not being able to pay for the bills if something bad happens. And this mindset is actually the challenge that most people struggle with once they reach the momentum level. And without overcoming it, you will stay stuck at this level and you won't even enjoy all the money you've saved. So how do you overcome this mental shift? There are 2 steps to do that. First, understand the real impact of your expenses. Let's make an example. You have 5,000 euros on your name, and so you're in level 1. You go out for dinners with friends and you spend 20 euros. That's 0.4% of everything you have. It might not seem like much, but it's not something you can do all the time, because it will have a huge impact on your finances. And so it's normal that you don't feel it's right to eat out often. But if you have 200,000 euros and you spend even more, let's say 30 euros for dinner, that's just 0.015% of your wealth. It's close to nothing. Just think that to have the same impact on your finances as if you only had 5,000 euros, you would have to spend 800 euros on dinner. And I know that's just math, and feelings can be controlled like this. But over time, repeating this to yourself will definitely change your belief that you don't have enough money to enjoy it. Second, understand the real power of investing. Because from this level on, your net wealth will grow mostly because of it. Just think that if you have your 100,000 euros invested, in 10 years, without considering any additional contribution, it will probably become over 200,000 euros. And in 20 years, it will be over 400,000 euros. So if you continue adding money every month, your investment returns will easily become your first source of income, and you will reach level 4, freedom. At this level, people have a net worth between 500,000 euros and 1 million euros, representing the top 20% of Europeans. This is where financial freedom starts becoming real. You have options. You can take career risks, travel for a month, or pursue passions without worrying about survival. It's not difficult to generate money at this level, because your investments are working for you and you really see the power of compound growth. But even at this level, there are some big challenges and mental shifts to face if you want to reach level 5. First, you have to shift your focus from having a job to owning a business and growing your capital. You have to move beyond trading time for money to generating income with assets. This is the key if you really want freedom. Second, people start overcomplicating things because they grow overconfident and want to build wealth even faster. They think they're Warren Buffett and start picking individual stocks and making risk investments, or even worse, buying crypto. But this only results in losing money most of the time. So, what should you do at level 4? Your main focus should be to reach real financial freedom by keeping investing your money and finding a way to stop trading your time for money. This might mean starting your own business, becoming a partner in one, or developing some type of passive income. This way, you will be able to take back control of your time while still growing your net worth and reaching level 5, which is the last one, the legacy level. This is where you will find Europe's top 10% with a net worth of over 1 million euros. At this level, you're financially free. Your investments can generate over 100,000 euros per year, and so you can choose to do whatever you want with your life. You can retire early, or maybe travel the world. You can decide to work only on what you love. But most importantly, you can create generational wealth. The kind of wealth that will allow your family to never struggle in the future. But that's not easy, even if you're a millionaire. In fact, most millionaires fall into the same traps. Their lifestyle becomes extremely expensive. They tie up most of their money in their primary residence, and they trust financial advisors to manage their money. Because of that, they struggle to have an income that covers all their expenses and increases their wealth. So if you were a millionaire, what should you do? First, realign your lifestyle. You don't need to fly first class all the time, nor you do need a yacht you use a few days per year. So keep your living expense reasonable. Second, change your perspective on your primary residence. If all your wealth is tied up in its value, it actually means you have no assets generating money for you. Sure, the value of the house might increase over time, but you still need it to live in, so it's not money you can actually use. This is why you should have a significant part of your wealth invested in assets that actually generate a return. Third, if you have a financial advisor, they're probably making you pay a huge commission for underperforming with your investments. And I actually have several clients, including my father and a friend, who over their lifetime missed out on millions because of that. The fact is, most financial advisors get paid based on what they sell you, not on your results. This means they don't really care about your wealth growing. And that's why over 92% of professionals underperform the market. That's why you should still keep control over your finances and invest money yourself. This way, you will definitely be able to build generational wealth. So in the end, getting to the next wealth level is a question of focusing your energy on the right things. Because to escape each level, you can't just continue doing what allowed you to reach your current level in the first place. You have to focus on the right actions. The thing is, even if you know what to work on, your habits and your behavior still make the difference between building wealth for real and just being stuck living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, as a financial coach, I discovered that there are 9 signs that tell you if you have good habits and you're actually doing well with your finances. So if you want to know what these 9 signs are and whether you will actually be able to reach financial freedom and even retire early, watch this video next.